What's going on, guys? It's Ryan. I wanted to make a little video today about my real estate business, my side hustle, how I make money when I'm not flying airplanes, and how I might be making my full-time income now that there's so much uncertainty in the aviation market. So I've got some requests on this. How do I make money wholesaling houses, flipping real estate virtually from all over the world, just from my laptop? I do all my deals in Albuquerque and Atlanta for the most part. And I don't live in either of those places, and I haven't stepped foot in Albuquerque or Atlanta for quite a while. So all the deals I do are virtual. I never see the properties. I never go into the houses. It's all done with a laptop and a phone. So we'll hop into my computer here and I'll give you an overview of what is wholesaling, what's my business like, and my setup, the systems I use, and just how I run everything from around the world. All right, so what exactly is wholesaling real estate? Wholesaling is based on buying and selling houses very quickly without making any repairs. A wholesaler will get houses under contract well below market value and then sell the houses or assign the contracts to another investor. So all I'm doing here is I'm getting a property under contract for a certain price with the seller, and then I'm flipping my rights to that contract to an investor who will then flip the house or buy it and add it to their portfolio. So if you have a house that you want to sell and I say, hey man, I'll give you 100 grand for your house. We sign up a contract, boom, 100 grand. And then I go to my investor friend and say, hey, I've got this house that I'm buying for 100 grand. Do you want it for 110? Yeah. And then I assign my rights to the contract for $10,000, an assignment fee, and I keep 10 in the middle. They buy it for 110, the seller gets their 100. So we're basically brokering off-market deals, finding off-market deals for investors. Now, the first piece of software I use here to make this whole process work is called PropStream, because you might ask, where do we find these sellers? Now, we find these sellers from different lists of data where we might find a motivated seller, because we're looking for people who are motivated to sell their house. We're looking for something that's distressed, a vacant property, a property with a bunch of liens on it, a property in pre-foreclosure, something where there's a problem where they need to sell fast, so we can come in and make a cash offer below market value and help them out of their situation. The service we provide is we provide a solution to homeowners that need to sell their house fast, that can't sell traditionally on the market. They can't sell it with a realtor. It's not in good shape. They can't afford to make repairs. They can't have people walking through the property and do traditional walkthroughs and home tours and appraisals and contingencies on financing. They don't have the time and the money and the ability to make that process work. So we're the solution. We buy the houses and liquidate homes for sellers quickly and efficiently, and then bring deals to investors for a profit. So the first thing we start off here with is called PropStream, and this is where I get all my data. So if I just type in a city like Atlanta, Georgia, this is one of the markets that I'm in. They have these different lists here that you can buy, or you don't even have to buy them. The software is $100 a month, and it includes a lot of great functionality. You can look at comps, different property data, you can find stuff here. And this might not be the best data, but it's really good value for the money. So I use PropStream. A popular one is, say, I'll click vacant properties, and then I can take all these properties and have a list of all the vacant properties that are marked vacant by the post office in Atlanta, and then I can skip trace these properties, meaning I can find their phone numbers and I can cold call them and see if they're interested in selling their house. And I can say, hey, let's look at this one. Hey, Sonia Lowe, are you interested in selling your property on Westgate Boulevard there? I see it might be vacant. I want to know if you're interested in selling it. And she might say, yeah, I am interested in selling it. And then we can work out a price, maybe get it under contract and make a deal out of it. So that's the basis of that. I use PropStream, again, is the software. I'll download these lists and then I'll skip trace them. If you're interested in skip tracing, I use Lead Sherpa. This service allows you to skip trace for 15 cents a lead. So if I get 1,000 properties, it costs me 150 bucks to find their phone numbers. And then my entire marketing strategy is simply cold calling. There's a lot of different things people do to market to people. I just cold call, and I have 3 people that work for me in the Philippines, 3 great women who work for me, and they cold call on what's called Mojo Dialer. And Mojo Dialer is a triple line dialer system that I use, so they can basically call 3 lines at a time and it just auto dials. So it's really efficient and they call the leads. So I'll take the list from PropStream, all those vacant properties, I'll put them into Mojo, and then they'll see, you can see some of the lists I have right here. And then they call, and then if they find somebody that's interested in selling their house, they'll mark it as a lead in the appointment set here. And then what will happen from there is all the leads that are marked, I will then call them and try and negotiate a deal, see what their situation is, see how we can help them, and try and get a deal out of it. And so the third main system I use is called Podio. It's Hercules Podio, brought to you by the All In Entrepreneur guys, Sal and Carlos, if you're familiar with them in the real estate space. So this is what tracks all our leads. You can go to seller leads here. And then we have all the people, addresses and numbers, new untouched, all seller leads. And we're calling these people, trying to negotiate deals. And if we make a deal, we get the property under contract for, like I said, maybe $100,000. Then we bring it to one of our investors. I have a list of investors that I work with. I'm always trying to find more investors. So if you are a cash buyer investor looking to flip houses or add to your portfolio in Atlanta or Albuquerque, hit me up and we can do some business. But yeah, I'll assign the contract over and make some money. And currently we have how many transactions going on? We've got 7 transactions in the pipeline, of which 7, 5 out of 7 are assigned, 2 we're working on. So yeah, there's a lot going on right now. We have had some struggles with buyers backing out of deals and some craziness going on with this coronavirus stuff. But yeah, it's a cool business and I do this all virtually. So I'm running the comps, I'm doing everything virtually, and then if someone needs to go to the property, I'll send out somebody that I have in town. I work with people, boots on the ground in Albuquerque, in Atlanta, to show people the houses or do anything like that. I don't have to go to closing. If I do need to sign closing documents, I can sign remotely with a mobile notary. So I do this business from all over the world. I've made I started this almost a year ago. I'll do like a year update video, but I've made about $70,000 in the past year revenue, and maybe about half of that is profit after marketing and paying out different partners and people in certain deals. So maybe an extra $30,000, $35,000 profit in the past year from doing this business. And it's something that I want to scale, and ultimately, you know, I want to transition from wholesaling, have the capital to then flip my own houses, buy rental properties, and make this something really, really big. This is a long-term play, but if you're interested in getting into real estate, it's a good way to get into it by wholesaling, because there's really no startup costs. If you want to do it properly, you need a marketing budget. Like my systems, I pay for PropStream, I pay for Mojo, I pay for Podio, I pay 3 people to cold call for me. So there is overhead. I do spend about $2,000 to $4,000 a month. And that could return maybe $10,000 on one deal, $20,000 on 2 deals, but then there's a lot of months where we don't do any deals. The beginning of this year and the end of last year has been really crazy, and we didn't do any deals for a long time until the other day I did a really big deal. So God bless, thank you for that. But yeah, it's a fun business. If you're more interested in this, I'll post some more content. But yeah, you gotta have multiple streams of income, especially in this economy. You never know, it's crazy. Airline pilots getting furloughed, jobs going away like that. So always be growing, always be learning new skills, have multiple streams of income, different things that you're good at, because if one suffers, you can capitalize on the other one. So I'm hoping to make more money on this, grow my real estate business, and scale sort of my full potential. If you guys want to see more content, let me know. I appreciate you guys watching. Leave a like, a comment, tell me what your thoughts are. Have a great day. I wish you all well. Stay healthy, stay safe.